Government spending in the first quarter of the year was obviously impacted by the election quarter. We now see attempts by the government to sort of get that whole engine up and running. Given the way government spending happens, the nature of the spending, including some of the capital intensive sectors, what's your own sense? Will it deliver the kind of growth that we are expecting, or are we likely to not achieve the amount of targets that the government has?
Government is doing absolutely the right thing. I mean, what you need is sort of counter-cyclical fiscal policy. If we see more signs of slowdown, government should surely step up on capital expenditure. And in any case, given the election-related delay, there needs to be more concerted effort to step up on capital expenditure in the remaining months of FY25. So that's exactly what they are doing. Of course, this is a small part of an overall GDP pie, and what's happening is there's a lot of change beneath the headline. For instance, in the last financial year, we had a situation where urban demand was extremely strong, but really rural demand and demand from lower income households extremely soft. What we're seeing now is some sort of a role reversal, where urban and discretionary demand at the margins seem to be softening, whereas categories that are more linked to rural and lower income households are doing better. We think that's probably because of lower inflation that does lead to more real incomes in the hands of consumers. And if the monsoons this year are good, then from a cash flow perspective, that should also be a positive. So we will see an improvement in government Capex going forward. We should see an improvement in rural demand going forward. But on aggregate, this is happening at a time when the urban discretionary demand is slowing, when the external sector outlook looks to be weakening. And typically in that environment, it's very difficult for private Capex cycle to broaden out. So on net, we think growth between 6.5% to 7% is still possible in FY25. It's just that we think above 7% would be difficult to materialize.
I want to take that private Capex comment forward. Over the past few months, there have been some signs that private Capex is perhaps back on the uptrend. What's your own reading? Is it substantial enough to say that it's out of the woods?
We think it's still quite patchy. So we are seeing, momentum in specific sectors. I would say on the private Capex side, it's not broad-based. So we did see momentum in metals, in cement, and in a lot of infrastructure-related sectors like roads, construction, of course, because of the government push on infrastructure spending. Renewables is one area where also we are seeing we are seeing Capex actually happen there. And real estate, as a sector, we think is also seeing an improvement in terms of construction activity. So there are pockets where Capex has improved, but it's not a broad-based Capex cycle in our view. I mean, capacity utilization in terms of manufacturing, the sector has picked up, but we don't think it's at a level where firms need to consider putting up Capex. For that, you need visibility on demand for the next 3 to 5 years, and things are still too uncertain at this stage.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.